Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex the Garden Dude here for another worm bin update for my red wigglers. So yeah, last week was pretty uneventful. It was a pretty short video. Looked in here and they were still kind of going through some of the leftover food that I had fed them like from 2 or 3 weeks beforehand. So I didn't really feed them. So I'm going to go ahead and see how they're doing here. First off, no crawlers on the lid. I normally never really get them on the lid out here. It's cold enough that they're not really interested in trying to escape. And I don't blame them, because why would they try to escape in the middle of the winter? Okay, let's see here. So if you recall, I fed up here in my original post, my original video, and I fed here when I didn't record. And that was right before Christmas. So let's take a look and see how we're going. Yeah. Immediately I already see some worms crawling away. No, it's cold and bright. Well, they're starting to eat this thing finally. This piece of lettuce. It's been sitting here for quite a while. I was kind of worried I might have to just chuck it because they weren't really doing anything, but they seem to be getting into it finally. Oh yeah, look at that. Definitely are not having any problems at all out here, and it reached down to the low 30s a couple mornings this week. In fact, I was saying in my last video, oh, it hasn't been getting that cold, and then right after it started getting into like the low 30s, about freezing. Didn't go too low below freezing, but these guys are still pretty good. All this muck is pretty cold, but they seem to be, oh yeah, look at this. Jeez, all over the place down here. It's beautiful. My little worm babies. I actually came out here yesterday and harvested some castings from over here. I have them drying out in this old pot. I started some seedlings germinating. You might have seen if you follow me on Instagram. It's Alex the Garden Dude on there as well. But I just started seeding some tomato plants and pepper plants. Those ají dulces or ajíes dulces. Those Puerto Rican peppers. I was super excited to get back from New York. I'm trying to germinate them, and they can take up to 3 weeks. So I'm hoping that these castings can dry and cure, and I can sift them out in the next 3 weeks, and I'll be a little ready to start that going. I still see a lot of unprocessed randomness in here. Looks like a lot of it's bedding. This is old shell from, I think, a spaghetti squash. It's super crumbly, but they do not seem interested in it. Looks like there's some old asparagus in here too. Asparagus heads. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what like breaks down and what really doesn't break down in here, but it's all just testing the waters out. I've only been doing this for a couple months. Since September. So, I mean, there's still a little material in here, but not so much. Oh, look, these are old pumpkin seeds from when I was feeding. I fed them all my old pumpkin mulch back in October when we were making pumpkin pies. Oh, those are so good. Homemade pumpkin pie with fresh pumpkins, straight locally sourced. sugar pumpkins. Oh, it was so good, fresh vanilla bean. Anyway, I digress. So I guess I'm just gonna throw a little food in here because it's been a couple weeks, and while they don't seem unhappy, I might as well just feed them on this side. And that way I can lure them away from over here, and I can keep kind of harvesting there. My bed is a little heavy, so I'm hoping to kind of thin it out a little bit, and then I'll hopefully once I thin this side out a good amount, I'll get that side down enough and then start trying to lure them over there and harvest this side. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of undecided. I'm going back and forth between wanting to topically, you know, feed and then try to do like a vertical migration with my last bin, which is currently just holding all my supplies. Or if I want to just do a side migration and then kind of just start this bin over again. I'm not sure what I want to do. But there is plenty of stuff enough in here. But it's going to keep me busy for the next couple months, trying to take out, sift, and dry and cure to use at the spring with starting all my plants. So I got some time to decide. Anyway, I digress again. I'm rambling. Okay, so hey guys. So let's get some food in here. Now I didn't blend all this stuff because I've been lazy. I don't really want to, but I got some mandarins in here that were like overripe, and I know some people say, "Oh, you shouldn't do citrus," but Emily, the crazy worm lady, does all the time. And so I have these 4 little guys. They're not even that acidic comparatively to other citrus, so I'm hoping they won't really be a problem. We'll squeeze them open, get the juices flowing. Also got some old cucumber in here, some strawberry heads, coffee grounds, banana peels, all sorts of stuff, tea bags. Okay, so now it's gonna actually, before I do that, sprinkle some eggshells on here. Some of my dried coffee grounds that I have in a jar. I want to make sure there's enough nitrogen in here. Oh, there goes all of it. I want to make sure there's enough nitrogen in here to keep warm since it's pretty cold out here. Luckily, like I said, it doesn't get too cold comparatively. It's not snowing like it is across most of America right now. That huge snowstorm that's out. But, oh, come on. There we go. Another strawberry head. But I just want to make sure that these guys have at least a warm spot to play around in. Okay, so lastly, I'm not even going to add some new bedding. I'll just use some of the old stuff. I'll throw this on top. Throw that in there too. Cover it with some castings. And then throw some more dry bedding on top of here. Make sure there's a nice buffer. I feel like this bedding, aside from adding a lot of coffee grounds and stuff that heat up, adding a good buffer of this bedding really helps against the cold. Whenever I come out here and check on my worms, they're always like right beneath all of it, so they seem happy. It seems to be mimicking kind of like if you were in the forest and underneath a large swath of leaves, you usually see, you know, worms underneath there even when it's cold out. as long as it's nice and wet. So they seem to be happy, and that makes me happy, because I want to use their poop in all of my plants, and my plants will be happy for that too. Anyway, so I guess that's about it for today. I'll just finish off putting my cardboard pizza things on top and cover them. And yeah, that's about it. Well, thanks for watching. If you guys like this, please feel free to hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I should be putting out more videos soon of like gardening stuff when it gets nicer. If you can see, my garden's kind of pretty dead over here. There's just a couple living things. I got my rosemary back there in my thyme. Got some garlic, more garlic, even more garlic. My strawberry plants, ooh, they're still staying alive. But yeah, everything's pretty dormant out here. I'm sure that's common across most of North America. And all of us are watching everyone on YouTube in Australia, super jealous that they get to grow stuff. But, que sera, we'll have our time soon. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time for another update. Goodbye.